As you can see, the beta has dropped, and so have we.
Dropped? You've literally blown up the fucking alpha, William.
I seriously fucking hate you.
Water under the bridge, my friends.
Go fuck yourself, man.
Anyway, welcome to the next video. And today, we are here to build a kitchen for Zal once we've dropped into the beta.
Wait, you're building me a kitchen?
Hey, that's actually weirdly considerate of you, Lordy boy.
I've always been considerate.
What's the catch then?
So the catch is, while we're dropping into the beta, get a drink, grab a snack, sit back and relax, while I show you how to build the best fucking kitchen. Let's fucking go! My journey begins at the end of the alpha, where I was in the process of building a kitchen on my night elf retainer, Xal'atath. However, as is the case with most good things, I had somehow managed to utterly fuck with the player housing import system, and made it nigh impossible for me to purchase a new plot of land for the remainder of the alpha.
Fuck Alpha! Fuck Centurion! Fuck Alpha and Centurion!
So, in the last days of the alpha, I did what most reasonable people do, and invited myself into the homes of random people in order to get some inspiration.
No knocking. What if I was changing clothes?
Now, I swear I'm not a home invader.
Try to escape now with no door.
I need an adult.
I am an adult. Now get into the soup. Bath.
It smells way too delicious to be a bath.
Call it a herbal healing bath. Go on.
Okay.
Tifa casually picks up bay leaves and tosses them into the soup.
For better breathing.
Tifa scoops a handful of salt and sprinkles it across the bath.
For cleansing.
This is not what I signed up for when they told me to invade homes. I mean, visits. Yes. Home visits, because that's what I am. A visitor, master.
Tifa eyes you up and down.
Careful with that. There's a reason I have a dueling flag hovering over my bed.
I can assume you do battle with the pillows,
With
yes?
pillows. Sure. Annie wrote, I appreciate the visit. I do have to disappear into the void. Other responsibilities becoming and all that jazz. I have reestablished the door.
Thank you for not making me into a soup.
Oh no, you are soup. Look at your bloated legs.
After starting what was the first ever player housing roleplay session ever, I called it a night and waited for the next day for the beta to release. Now it was time to get absolutely stuck into the creativity side of things, but first, I went to the transmogrifier to get my drip on, but just like in the alpha, I had no access to the transmogrifier, so I had to be content looking like an ethereal cosplaying as a mop. Once I was done obliterating what little brain cells I had left against my keyboard, I purchased a house in the place that I wanted, did a few of the starter quests to get the rooms and the decor that I wanted, and immediately got to work. I began with the process of choosing a layout for my kitchen. I opted to keep the main entrance of the house, with the addition of a hallway and a large room at the end. Now it was time to furnish my room. I had somewhat of an idea as to what I wanted to create, but it turns out replicating it in-game would take some mental creativity that I have absolutely eroded over the years due to the burden of adulting. I came to terms with my lost childhood and started placing down a bunch of marble pillars and a door, and decided that this room was not regal enough, so I began to redecorate the walls to the Belemeth dark coating. Once my walls began to look like what remained of my hopes for humanity, I began to work on the ceiling, but met my first hurdle when the Midnight Butthole login screen shot me out of the game.
Oh, thank goodness! Wow!
I logged back in and proceeded with fixing the ceiling, opting for a vaulted look, which one may argue would look silly for the sort of kitchen I am going for, but my genius is beyond that of your simple simian brains. Satisfied, I continued with building the long bar, which would serve as the primary staple of my kitchen. I thought making a low clipped-in door would serve as a nice touch, but it turns out I needed to be a certain range from the center of the door to open, so I flagellated myself for my stupidity and scrapped the idea entirely.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
I continued with the construction of the bar, using Silvermoon marble pillars, which I brought en masse, followed by the circular bench to add a touch of character towards the end of the bar. Though it had too many patterns to match the actual white pillar I was going for, I was too lazy at this time to go for something smoother, so fuck it, it's good enough. I tested the lighting from some of the windows, but once again I fell victim to my own laziness and just decided to go with the windows I could easily purchase. So blue it is. Now I was starting to get an idea of what I was after, and continued with constructing the bar, shrinking a wall to make a shelf and creating a small little arch door. I also popped some chandeliers up high and a table below, just to see how it would fill out the room, and I don't know, it was reminding me too much of a WoW player's brain with how empty it was, so I figured it needed some mega creativity pumped deep inside of it. A tea set and spices on the table, some more shelves, spice racks, more shelves. Yes, now this shit was coming together. Windows! And I even had the bright idea of turning a holy Draenei fountain into a sink, because cleanliness is next to godliness, right? I kind of obsessed over the sink for a while. Should I build a pipe, make it appear as though it was functionable? Add a tap? These are things I would absolutely do in my actual in-game house, but this was a test, and testicle I carried on with. I added more shelves and a fireplace to replicate an oven. Things were looking pretty good up close, but immediately my hopes and dreams were crushed when I surveyed my works from a distance and came to the conclusion maybe I am as retarded as every other WoW player. This still looked too fucking empty! After getting a cease and desist order for screaming at 2 AM in the middle of the night by my neighbours, I carried on with the monumental task of furnishing the room. It was time to add a sofa in the corner so I could at least fool myself that I have friends that would visit me. My decor was getting a little low, so I left the house and headed into town to stock up. It turns out you can burn through 100,000 gold easily if you're not careful. It's kind of like real life in a way. So I scammed some people with my fake lockpicking scheme, and used all the money I took from the lockboxes I stole, and purchased everything that I needed to continue building my house. Only for Karma to come around and fuck me instead, as my camera decided to cut out as I began furnishing my bar and table. After curing my 7th brain tumor by smashing my skull mercilessly into my keyboard again, I realized that my kitchen was looking very barren. So I figured I'd fix it with a wall, because building walls solves all problems. Loud neighbours, build a wall. Supportive friends, build a wall. Mongolian invasion, build a wall. Too many Mexican. I stopped myself from getting cancelled prematurely and built a room within my room and came up with the bright idea of furnishing both rooms. So now my kitchen would be subdivided into 4 or 5 uneven sections, depending if you count the pantry I built later as a room. After building the new room, I realized I didn't like the appearance of the vaulted ceiling, so rather than do the easy thing and just switch to a flat ceiling, I became the world's smartest idiot and made my own ceiling by placing walls over it. I came up with the genius idea of turning my windows into light ceilings. It certainly inspires me to buy more lights in order to get a specific design I want down. But it's beta, so I give myself a free pass for being too lazy to buy the actual windows I want. I outfitted the back kitchen with a fireplace turned around, so that it would give the appearance of an oven. So eventually I can cook the remaining Tauren player base into succulent free-range steaks for all of my friends to enjoy. And I even followed up with some lovely living room decor to give the illusion that I still have friends that I can invite over too. I added a little cabinet to my sink area, which had this cute little cloth on it, so people feel assured that I actually washed my hands before and after handling raw meat. I once again subdivided this area here, because I came up with the realization that if I actually do have guests over, I'd better have a room obscuring my orcish child labour force. Listen, the cost of living crisis affects us all, and I'm not above sacrificing my morals to spare myself a few coppers. And now it was all coming to... Oh, Once again, my camera cut out a lot of the work that I put in putting the pantry together, because I have been playing WoW on a toaster this entire time apparently. So I watched an episode of Cottage Wizard's video to conjure up some ways to blatantly plagiarize from her own creatively designed houses, and continue to build this abomination of an incomplete house. I decided to have more window ceilings because this house cannot get enough light in it. I moved the table again because I hated where it was positioned, and finally built a hallway at the end of the door. The room was still feeling a little gloomy, so I decided to place up some wooden mantles and some lights along the wall, so now the kitchen and dining room was beginning to light up. Oh, and who can forget my hastily designed ceiling windows? It's a roof, folks, and it's very fashionable. By this time, I figured the video was going to get too long, so I began wrapping up with some final touches by adding various fruit and herbs on the racks that I've made in the main kitchen area. Again, which I would have put more shit on, but I am too lazy and spent too much time watching other YouTubers do it instead. I made the pantry taller and added some clutter around the main dining room, and took some time to furnish everywhere else that needed random shit thrown at it. I found that at this point, they might as well make me the lead dev for PvP, as I'm pretty sure that if I can have the patience of trying to perfect angles, I would have the patience of telling PvPers to shut the fuck up as I wreck the ecosystem. At last my work was complete. Behold! A kitchen. That is how you build a kitchen in WoW. And of course, with all good kitchens, we ought to christen it with a hearty meal for my nearest and dearest friends.
A meal as well? William, you've been awfully thoughtful this time around. I'll admit, I was worried that you had something terrible in store.
Yeah, I'm still bracing.
Oh, don't be a negative, Nancy. I've actually gone out of my way to make something for you guys.
If you're fucking with us, man, I'm actually gonna kick your fucking ass.
Yep, bon appetit to ungrateful fucks.
It's pronounced bon appetit, but I'll overlook the error because of it. What the fuck is this?
It's my passion.
Are you for
I
fucking
told
real,
you,
dude?
I told you cunts. He pulled this shit.
You don't like my masterpiece?
No! I've absolutely had enough of your shit, William. This is...
Yeah, nobody gets...
This is
nobody gets...
oh, for fuck.
Nobody gets
murder
upset
at best,
when you cook
and
us beef.
borderline
I don't see how
cannibalism at
serving
worst.
Tauren is any different.
I think I'm actually going to have a fucking aneurysm.
You're actually fucking sick, dude.
Get help.
I gave you boys everything.
Man, you
but
just-
fuck you. You take steroids, you fat fuck.
Why didn't you go fuck another dragon, you fucking scaly freak?
Oh, says the cunt who fucks anything with a hole.
Yeah, the only thing Will fucks is his creativity.
That's it. I'm not doing this anymore. I can't. Ugh. I cannot do this.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Well, he didn't mean it.
Yes, I did.
Like and subscribe.